Who are they? They have an unpleasant look in their eyes.
The Band of the Hawk.
The Band of the Hawk?
Yo, welcome to the Spitboxx, man. It's my man, Archangel from the Band of the Hawk Underground Pyramid Crew. Bow up.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Jeffrey Vaughn, representing Krxm Radio, and welcome, man. Party people, how you doing?
Don't forget our man, DJ Mastermind.
One time for your mind, Mastermind in the building.
Holding it down, man. We're doing this shit Rap City style, man. We in the building, Houston, Texas, Space City, stand up. This is all about the realness. We're going to bring you all the kind of things going on in the city, the things that are going on in the hip-hop space. You know what I mean? Just you know, have a good time, man. Not just a podcast type thing, but you know what I'm saying, a real media type thing. Something that y'all ain't really used to anymore, man. We got to bring out the culture. What you think about that?
Man, I think it's about the right time for it, you know, because so many people are lost on the internet. They not living real lives, and so we're going to talk about things that people are actually doing in real life and hold you accountable for them. Your fuck-ups, your glories, everything. So that's really what the Spitboxx is about. Right. Thank y'all for tapping in. You guys are the best part of the show.
Absolutely.
Motherfucking viewers.
Absolutely, man. I mean, my man's been going around the city for a long time. We've been doing it for a couple of years now. When I was producer for Grind Season back in 2016, you know what I mean? He's been going around the city holding it down in the media circuit, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing it behind the boards, you know, doing the things with the production and everything for Band of the Hawk, as well as other artists worldwide, as well as doing the videos and all that. So we decided to put our skills together and make something that we can really bring to the people. Because y'all really, you know, the people that really tune into the IG lives and all that shit, we want to give y'all something more than just, you know, IG stuff and just, you know, regular podcasts, us talking about whatever. We want to let y'all know, you know what I'm saying, whenever y'all in town, y'all can come through, interview you, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Any kind of help y'all need, y'all reach out to us. This is more about a community thing, not really on no Hollywood shit, man, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we gotta give a shout out to Houston Media Source, because it's gonna be on there, as well as, you know, my man Krxm's YouTube channel, BandofthehawkTV on YouTube as well, you know what I mean, Bandofthehawk.com as well, so you get the BandofthehawkTV app as well. So we're gonna make it to where we're gonna work together, you know what I mean, on all avenues, you know what I mean, all the artists that wanna come through and that are really artists, you know what I mean? We're gonna build this shit up like a pyramid, you know what I mean?
I agree. So if you're an artist or some form of entertainer, what I need you to do is, if you're going to send music to me, head on over to www.krxmradio.com, click the submit music button. You can also send over music to my man Noah. Noah, where can they send the music over to you?
Noah at Bandofthehawk.com or BowUp, BOHUP at Bandofthehawk.com. And there's free beats on the BowUp app too if you need something. You know, of course, my style is a little different. It ain't just South, it ain't just East Coast, it ain't just West Coast. So if you really an artist and can get down with it, free beats are for you. I'll even record you for free if you in the city, man. Holla at me.
That part. And then we're going to get our guy back there to get you in rotation.
Absolutely, Mastermind has been doing it for forever. So what you been doing? What you been doing in the city, Mastermind?
Say, man, look, we've been putting in work this whole summer. Actually, the last 2-3 summers. Come check us out at Heavy Hookah Lounge over on Alameda.
5225 Alameda.
Yes, sir. Every Friday, every Wednesday, we doing painting sips. We doing
right. We
all
doing
kind of
real
parties,
art shit.
Everything. So you know.
What's that go for? What's like with 25 a person?
Yeah, we doing 25 a person.
BYOB, but you get some drinks with your stiff.
Great atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? Food truck outside, can't beat it.
Yeah,
free
man.
Parking, so yeah, come on out, H-Shine.
And don't forget, if you need your stuff played in the club, man, you make sure you holler at Druvo and Mastermind will get your shit played in the club.
Yes, sir.
Make sure people get to hear it. We'll tape the reaction and everything for you, man. Just holler at my mans and shit like that. We're trying to do it for the culture, man. This is real shit. Nobody's doing it for the culture. Everybody say that, but how many people you listening to, that you follow, that you whatever, that actually are really trying to bring people up? You know what I mean? I'm not talking about, you know what I mean, charging you a grip just to do something that a bot can do. I'm talking about really trying to bring you up, you know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you the truth, like, hey, this is what we can do, what we can't do, you know what I mean? This is what you need to work on, and this is how we can help you work on it. Ain't many people gonna do that, man. So just make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna try to do this weekly, it may be bi-weekly, it may be monthly. I mean, we're doing so much stuff, man. We're gonna try to do as much as possible, but at the end of the day, tune in, tell a friend, word of mouth like Ludacris, let's keep it moving, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what's been going on with you this week, bro?
Submissions. It's the hardest thing in the world. You know, you get all this different music and you don't want to destroy people, but at the same token, certain music you just can't work with. It might not necessarily be recording to make sure that your shit is on the right levels, make sure that it's at least got some level of semi-professional mix, because otherwise what happens is when we get it over to DJ Mastermind, it's distorted or it doesn't sound right, and then when we try to play it, we're not putting you in your best light. And for me, that's important. Your appearance is everything. The first thing that you submit to somebody and you don't know them, you should be on your P's and Ru's and give everything the best possible quality that you can, and let at least 2 or 3 people hear it in different outsources, whether it's their car, whether it's their speakers on the computer or something, to see how it sounds to them. Because when you in the zone and you're an artist, you think everything sounds good.
I go through that all the time myself, man. Go ahead, bro. Real shit.
So, you know,
that's real.
we're definitely looking for great music, but you got to be accountable for the music that you're sending over, and not just think because you recorded it that it's the greatest thing in the world.
So at the end of the day, besides having the quality, you also want them to have a tag. You know,
ID3 tag.
ID3, yeah. You need to make sure it's tagged so that when my man gets it, he knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? Or whenever you send it out to any DJ that ain't part of your crew, they know what it is. They know what album it's coming from, what year it came out, the producer, all that. You make sure you get it in. I think MP3 tag is free on online. You can get that, and if not, make sure you just, you know, you can ask. You know what I'm saying? When you fuck with Krxm and Band of the Hawk, man, we try to help you. So if you don't know how to do it, but you're really trying to move forward or whatever, ask us, man. You know, we might be able to do it for you, no problem. And we ain't trying to charge you for nothing like that. As long as we know you're really trying to move forward, we're gonna help you with that. You know what I mean?
But ID3 tagging is important.
It's important.
Why? Because you're missing out on your royalties. How is anybody gonna track your spins? If you send me a song that says track 2, I don't have any idea who the artist name is. I don't have any idea what the song name is. There's no ISRC code, which is the International Standard Recording Code, in order to be able to track your spins.
Absolutely.
And all that is important. Load it into iTunes and you can edit it. But more importantly, before you even get to that point, tell your producer, yo, I need you to ID3 tag my stuff. Because the professionalism that you put into your music is how people are going to receive you. And if you're not professional, then I'm just going to pass over. But more importantly, what if you send me your song and it's so slamming and I'm rotating on my station, I have no idea who to report to Sound Exchange.
Well, actually, but even funnier though, he made a good point. The ISRC. Now, people that really distribute their own music, they understand what this is. There's a trick you can do, and we do this to help our album sales go better. If you're dropping singles before you drop a mixtape or an album with those same singles on it, that ISRC, say you got 20,000 streams on your first single ISRC, right? And you got 30,000 streams on that second ISRC, but you use the same ISRC when you drop the record for those same 2 songs, those 50,000 streams are gonna count towards that album. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get more sales off that first week of your album because you dropped these singles and you did it the right way. You made sure that the ISRC was good, you made sure that ID3 tags was there and everything, and you made sure that you promoted it. You know what I mean? So it's really important, man. Something that I just learned myself, man, because I was just dropping records. You know, we drop a song every week at Bandofthehawk.com, right? But then whenever I'm dropping these records, the record starts from 0. I ain't this last year. I've been starting at 100,000, starting at 200,000, starting at 500,000. How? Because I had the ISRC. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I submit it for the album, I know any songs that I already released, I make sure the ISRC is correct when I put it on the album as well, so that way those streams track over to the album. And that's how a lot of these cats get that Billboard on a Billboard track or whatever, because they already had 5 or 6 songs that, you know, had 100,000 or 1 million streams or whatever, and then now that's on the record too. You know what I mean? So it's really important, bro.
Very, very important.
Yo, DJ, what you doing about the tag? You be getting music from cats that don't be tagging and stuff?
Man, way too many times do I get unedited music. I get music where the vocals are low. I get music where, like you said, I don't know who it is. I don't know what album it came from. How do I find this person?
Yeah.
I can't Shazam you. So yeah, that is most definitely a problem, especially if somebody comes to me and says, man, who is that? Yeah. I want to be able to tell them because I'm spinning your music. I put my name behind you.
Right.
So yeah, most definitely.
What do you mean? Do you still try to spin it, or do you just kind of like let go by the wayside? What you do?
I mean, I'll give them at least one spin, but I'll let them know.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you need to step this up. We need to get your name on this. I need to know who I'm. If another DJ is here and he wants to spin it on his rotation, I need to be able to say this is who it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, but
that's why your presentation is important.
Yes.
Not only are we ID3 tagging our song, but we're also sending a formal press release, 2 high resolution images, a 25 to 50 word bio, and then you also want to include your music and your links to your music. Right. Why? Because some people want to listen to the music. Some people will not open an attachment because there's all these viruses and everything and stuff like that going on. You also want to be able to, you know, if you have it, send the instrumental to your music as well when you're sending it over, especially to a DJ. Because what if he wants to turn around and he wants to cut it? What if he wants to make it an EDM version or any of those different types of specialties to be able to drop it? You also want to include at least 1 or 2 drops, even if it's just you saying, hey, what's going on? This is Jeffrey Vaughn. This is my new single. You know, that's what's up. Because all of those different types of things make the difference. You never know how far you could go if you start by limiting yourself.
Yeah, real talk, man. Just presenting yourself like that. I mean, listen, I'm learning something. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for years, bro. But it's like something that whenever I get around people that want to help me, I learn more. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about it, man. Like they say, you live and learn. You got to keep your ears open, man. You know what I'm saying? As an artist, Now, here's my thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into my little rant, you know what I mean? Spitboxx shit, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you're an artist, you're trying to present yourself as an artist, right? Now I get it, man. If you're just a deep boy nigga just rapping or whatever, and you just want to let everybody know you kill niggas and sell drugs, I get it, man. I'm not talking to you. Real shit, I'm not talking to you, all right? But I'm talking to the cast that's artists that are really trying to push themselves forward in the art space. You know what I mean? You need to have, it's audio visual, right? You know what I mean? Your audio gotta be good, you know what I mean? And it gotta be artistic. It can't be just the same old BS that everybody else do. You know what I mean? But then the visuals gotta be the same way. So if you're saying the same thing everybody's saying on the audio, and then your visuals the same old video, you in front of the corner store rapping with your homies and shit, doing the same old shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you standing out in front of all these other cats that are already big? You know what I'm saying? You're thinking that doing the same thing they did is gonna get you there. It's not, my brother. Those cats already made their lane, and they don't need another one because the baby keep making joints. Lil Baby keep making joints. Look at Migos. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Migos, man. You know what I'm saying? They started a whole culture, a whole little system. Everybody bit off them, but they never made it as big as them. But then Lil Baby come in. He ain't try to be Migos, try to do his own thing, and now he kind of knocked them off their throne at their own label. They over here fighting at their own label legally, right? Because he did his own thing. He ain't even try to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what was the thing? Was Young Thug had to pay him to rap or some shit, right? You know, shout out to Young Thug too. You know what I mean? So, as an artist, figure it out, nigga. If you want to just be a deep boy, I get it, man. Put your drug money into the shit. You'll go somewhere because the more money you put into it, you'll get something out of it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to be an artist, establish yourself as what kind of artist are you gonna be. How do you want to present yourself to everybody around the world? You know what I mean? Because you know, so YouTube is the second largest search engine under Google. So when you're putting those videos under there, people around the world have a chance to see you. And the first impression is it's the same nigga that does everything that everybody else does, but the other nigga that he's trying to be like does it better. I'm gonna go back to the other nigga. You know what I'm saying? But when you do something that's dope, that's something that's completely different. They're like, yo, what is this cat? Let me go to their website because if you have a website. Let me go to the, you know what I'm saying, the IG, if you post it on IG. You know what I'm saying? I can go on and on and on, man, at the end of the day, but it's audio visual if you an artist. So at the end of the day, if you an artist and you need help on audio visual promotion, all that, you need to hit up Krxm Radio, man. They've been helping me for years, you know what I'm saying? We help each other now, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, let us know your budget. Let us know what you're talking about, what you're trying to do. If we rock with you like that, man, we ain't trying to gouge you. We just need to pay for what it costs us to do it. I'm not even trying to make profit half the time. I'm really just trying to make sure that people that are really trying to move the culture forward get pushed forward. You know what I mean? Because I have the skills to do that now. But if you want some real dumb shit, I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm gonna hit you over the head with it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay, this nigga doing the same old stupid shit. Why am I gonna put my name behind this without getting paid? Right? And that's with anybody else. You gotta think about that sometimes. Why niggas ain't helping you? They ain't helping you because you're not helping yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the same old shit that everybody else is doing, it's like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna make money off you like everybody else makes money off the artist. So make sure that you understand that, man. Are you an artist? Or are you just a rapper, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because niggas 6-year-olds can rap. You know what I'm saying? I know. As a matter of fact, the lady out there that's helping us through the camera, I bet you she can rap, bro. And there ain't nothing about being a rapper. It's about being an artist. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, man?
I think
my little rant, my little tangent.
There's nothing wrong with the rant. I think it goes a little bit deeper. You know, you gotta look at the psychology of what it is that you're putting out and who the audience that you're trying to target. And you can't have that confidence to be who you want to be in your music if you're not confident in yourself as a man or a woman first. And then when you turn around and you're putting out the content, it's not just about putting out the music, but you got to figure out on the other end, how are people going to want to go through that experience with you? How are you going to share that experience? How are they getting to know who you are? Because if somebody can't see themselves in you, then they're never going to get to that vulnerable point to where they get into all their different emotions and then they start becoming your fans, they start buying your merch, they want to come in to see your shows. People invest emotionally. They spend money emotionally. And so you have to create those experiences. And that's what one of the things and the reasons why we're creating the show is because we're getting in tune with all the things that we know inside of ourselves, but we ignore because we see somebody that's big like Snoop Dogg and we see him always on TV getting high, and we think that we can just be high on TV and do whatever the fuck it is that we want to do. But in reality, this person, Snoop, has somebody telling him exactly where to be, exactly what to say, how to say it, critiquing him and editing him, and he has thick skin to realize that it's not about your feelings, it's about the betterment of the project and how you're going to globalize your brand. If you're just looking to be an artist and put some music out, like you said, as a D-boy, then it's just like you're here, you're there, you're everywhere, but you're not thinking about the brand. There's certain things, Adidas, Sony, Nike, they're not going to do. It doesn't matter what they feel. they're not going to do because it ultimately affects the brand and the culture, the people that want to be around them. So when you get yourself to that point to where you're creating experiences for other people to go through your journey with you and showing them routes where they can help, or showing them, here, I suffer from mental health, or I suffer from depression, or I'm dealing with poverty and all those different types of things, instead of trying to be this big magnificent ass rapper. Because if you think about it, everybody's got fake money on social media. Don't believe me? Look at their photo. Notice how there's like a shade over the money. They never really get close and show you the actual dollar bill. You might see the United States or whatever, and that's it. Because ain't nobody walking around with $10,000, $30,000 in their pocket unless they're going to a strip club with fucking security, and that's still probably
image.
All a fucking
you know, they usher with them Usher dollars.
Right, right. Why? Because realistically,
shout out Usher, man.
If you walking around with $50,000 in your pocket, who the fuck wouldn't want to rob you? That's easier to rob you, especially if I'm a jailhouse veteran.
They ain't from that era where, you know, the stick-up kid era. Y'all, a lot of y'all is nice, man. In the new era, y'all able to walk around and nobody was really just taking y'all shits like that, man. I remember back in the day, you couldn't walk around in New York like that. You couldn't walk around Fifth Ward with a $100,000 chain on.
I dressed bummy on the block.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You couldn't do that. Now, like you said, you go to certain spots with the security and all that, you can run up, but you still got to leave. You might tuck your chain in when you leave or something, because at the end of the day, unless you got the Thule on you. In Texas, we got them, so we good in Texas, but in New York, it's a little different thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Chicago is a different thing, big dog. Y'all see it, so y'all boys gotta pay attention. Go ahead, man.
But the biggest thing of it is whoever you are in your music, that's who people are expecting you to be. So if you're a gangster, then you gotta be a gangster.
You putting that energy out there.
When you're not with anybody and everybody. If you're a politician, if you're whatever it is that you believe, that's who people are expecting you to be. And the reason why a lot of people's careers don't go where they want them to be is because you guys are portraying who you're not, and then you don't know how to fucking market it, and you're always second guessing yourself like, damn, okay, I just said I'm a gangster and I'm rolling with the stick and I got a 32 extendo, like, how am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? If you don't know all those different questions and you haven't thought out the process, then you just need to be who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
but that's the other side of the story. Not being real is what these labels want, is what they're telling you to do. And you got to figure out, do you want to get the easy route to where you make this big splash and all of a sudden you dry up like the motherfucking Texas heat? Or do you want to slowly emerge and be able to grow?
Let's expound on that for a minute, because you're talking about the labels and shit like that. So, you know, your labels ain't fucking with you until you got 50,000 followers or more. They're not fucking with you to that. They're not investing in anybody. The label's gonna put $1 million behind you and still make you have a 360 deal, right? And if you don't understand what a 360 deal is, it means that they're gonna eat off everything you do. Meaning your merch, your tours, you know what I'm saying, any show, anything you do, they gonna eat off of it. You know what I'm saying? So they're not even gonna give you that rape deal. So that's rape. You know, they're not gonna give you that rape deal without you already building your shit up. So for you to build yourself up with 50,000 followers and all that other whatever, man, you gotta be giving the people what they want in a real way. You know what I'm saying? The problem with that is when you start being fake, like he's talking about, is that you can't keep that persona up, because somebody's gonna come test you. You've seen that plenty of times with Cash Money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna name all the different niggas' names in New Orleans and New York and Chicago or whatever that come out big hard, this, that, and the third, and then get ran up on at the mall running from niggas or whatever. Because yeah, nigga, you talk about you got all this shit on you, niggas are gonna test you. You know what I'm saying? We don't ever come like that, because at the end of the day, like, I'm not that kind of cat, man. I already got 2 felonies. I'm trying to uplift myself. Now, yeah, I got guns and all that shit, man, but I don't really fucking rap about that shit. I rap about me being a fly cat that likes art. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it works for me. At the end of the day, like he said, if your whole brand is being gangster, you're gonna have to be gangster all the time. You think the Baby would have blown up as much if he didn't have that video of him doing that Cam Hart shit in that Louis Vuitton store? You know what I'm saying? It was like perfect timing. Now, some say it was orchestrated. Maybe it was. You know, Cam, rest in peace for Cam Hart. He passed away this year. But at the end of the day, like, he already knew what it was. If I can make everybody know, like, yo, niggas can't run up on me in public without getting hurt, everybody's gonna believe the fucking story. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it worked. And then it happened one more time with another, with white dude trying to take a picture or whatever, same thing. You know what I mean? But you're gonna have to always be that, because at the end of the day, when you start being cool, you try to, oh, no, I'm not really a gangster at the 5 p.m. You know what I'm saying? That ain't hip hop. That ain't real. You know what I'm saying? And sad enough, a lot of hip hop ain't real, man. Our culture's being taken away from us. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that I have a problem with. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real. If you ain't a gangster, don't be a gangster, man. Like I said, Kendrick Lamar. You know, people always say, oh man, well, Kendrick Lamar's positive. Yeah, but Kendrick Lamar's associated with Bloods. You got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? I love Kendrick Lamar. Shout out to TDE and all them cats. But do you think Kendrick would have been as accepted, especially in LA, if he wasn't associated with gang culture? You know what I'm saying? He's a positive light. That's what I love about the brother, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, still, as niggas, I'm talking to you niggas out there, man. Y'all can't accept something that without it being a negative thing attached to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. The people say, oh, J. Cole had Jay-Z shoving him down his throat. But Jay-Z shoved J. Cole down our throat for years before niggas really got on him. You know what I mean? So let's be real. If you got Diddy or Jay-Z or Jermaine Dupri or anybody putting you on like that, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted, man. It costs money to do that. Them just put millions in you like that and they expect to get it back. You know what I mean? So that advance or whatever, look, that shit right there is a loan.
You still got to do the work.
You still got to do.
You got 50,000 followers on Instagram.
They still expect
you
you
still
to
got to do the work because you could have $100,000 on Instagram and be a not shit nigga in real life. You know,
and that's why you ain't got nothing to post. Like when you told me that when I first met you, like yo, I mean, a lot of niggas they don't have an interesting profile because they're not interesting people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then they like define who you are as an artist. And shine that on everybody, you know what I'm saying? And if you are a real gangster nigga, do that. But let's talk about that for a second. Have y'all been watching or reading the news, man? Every gangster nigga that y'all love is either incarcerated now, dead, or on their way to be incarcerated. Is that what you want? You want to work your ass off so that way you can fucking get big and finally get all the bitches and hoes you never could get and then go to jail?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can just go
or
down the
get
list.
boxed into a situation to where you have to save your fucking career.
You know what I'm saying?
And then when you save your career, or your life.
And then you're going to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the funny thing about it was, not everybody, but most people's best, you know, I guess example would be Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? Snoop Dogg did Murder by the Case. He beat that case, right? But he almost went to jail for a minute. What did he do? He changed his whole outlook and how he presented himself, realizing I gotta stop coming out with this gangster shit and start just coming out as pimp and weed smoking shit, so that way I can get separate myself from that shit.
Shout out to Master P.
Absolutely, Master P saved that man.
New Orleans,
shout out No Limit, Master P, one of the greatest ever. You know what I mean?
New Orleans and Master P shot him down.
It's a cautionary tale.
It's a business.
It's a cautionary tale though, man. Like at the end of the day, like if you put that energy out there, it is coming back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what. So like I said, if that's the choice you have, that's cool. And don't get mad at me for not wanting to be around you. I don't need followers and likes to feel good in this world, man. If I see that you moving wrong, I don't want nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? But if you think you're an artist, you want to move this way or that way and try to build yourself on some positive shit, building the community, building yourself, building your team, staying 10 toes down, all that's just gonna come back to you, man. But that also brings up another point. You know what I'm saying? Having a team. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you have a team that ain't yes men that are trying to make sure you do good, you're gonna do well, man. But I'm telling you, man, all this, I want to be hard, I want to shoot everybody, this, that, and the third. It's funny to me, man, because it's like, how many niggas have we lost just in the last 2 years, bro?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's sad, man. All the positive rappers are dying from old age, right?
Yeah.
Bismarck, he's still fighting for his life. I hope you're doing well, Bismarck. Shout out to his family. But you know, with Shock G, DMX, all them cats dying from old age.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? But the cats y'all listen to, the younger generation, and I'm not trying to shit on y'all, man, because I want to bring y'all up. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to enlighten y'all.
But listen,
y'all
look at the TV. You killing yourselves, bro. Like, what's going on? Every nigga that's coming out is getting killed. Why? That's the energy they put out there. And the thing is, then they want to try to go positive after they get their money because they realize, like, wait a minute, I done made this million off of talking about killing niggas, killing nigga. That shit's gonna come back to me. Let me be positive now. That ain't gonna work, Triple X. That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that what you put out there is gonna come back to you. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, make good music. Just make good music and be an interesting fucking artist and people will fuck with you. But at the end of the day, when you fucking trying to be this that you know you ain't really about, and that shit comes to you, you off there, like what's that gonna do? Now your family fighting over your fucking estate. You know what I mean? That's another fucking thing we gotta talk. We'll talk about that next time about you. Hey, if you're gonna be a gangster, get you a will. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
But he did mention an interesting point. Team. You can't do it all by yourself. But the reason why you have to look at the reason why you don't have a team is because most of us analyze and they pay attention to all your moves and they see how you handle your business for yourself. And if you handle your business for yourself wrong, what the fuck you gonna do to me? And that's a big thing. But it all still goes back to the original point. How you love yourself is how you'll love other people. And that part is how you will project yourself and how you'll build, because you got to be open to listen when somebody is smarter than you in certain areas, because they see the betterment of the project. But you also have to take that risk and not just try to be friends with somebody and not hurt their feelings, because sometimes they need their feelings hurt in order to realize the type of shit that they're on. And maybe everybody is not a structured Sagittarius like the two of us. The greatest sign in the world. I might be biased, but who gives a fuck? But it's the truth. A lot of times you need to know where you really stand with yourself and get people that are going to really stand with you. And if they're not standing with you, then you got to be man or woman enough to say, here, why aren't you standing with me? What is it that I'm doing wrong? And then when they unload, you can't just be so quick to fucking defend that shit. It's kind of like when you're in a relationship with a woman and she tell you, well, you don't do this and you don't do that and da-da-da-da. The first thing as a man you do is you like, well, bitch, you don't do this and you don't do that and da-da-da-da. But you don't process or hear anything.
Right, you ready to react. You're listening to react instead of listening to hear.
Right, and that's the same thing with your music. And if you're building that culture around it and you're building that brand, that's what gets the people before they hear the music. All these people don't like Beyonce because she's a talented singer. I'm not saying that she's a talented singer.
She's one of the best.
So don't come for me. What I'm saying is there's so much more to her outside of just her singing. Even Matthew Knowles, who's not a singer, he has a generation system where he's proven a track record that he can help you build your career. So that draws people in, because it's like all these different types of things that you want to know. There's a lot of questions that we have in our head that we're just not confident enough to ask people because we don't want to get that vulnerable. But just think about it. The people that you're the closest to in your life is because they know vulnerable things about you. The people that you don't really fuck with, that you just kind of know, you're not really that close to, is because they don't know vulnerable things about you. And it's a double-edged sword, because you don't want to feel like you're weak as a man or as a woman, but at the same token, unless you open up, how is somebody really going to know where to intercede and help you build your brand?
Word, man. It's a good point, man. At the end of the day, man, like, I'm always asking people for help. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that I know that's better at something than I am, you know what I'm saying? I do now. I'll be honest, I do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Band of the Hawk is my baby. You know what I'm saying? The crew are some of my best friends, family, even. You know what I'm saying? But I do mostly everything but the art. He does all the artwork, funny enough. And he came back in the fold and he makes sure he gets me straight on all the art, so I can make my dope merch and all that. But at the end of the day, the audio, the visuals, the promo, all that, I do all that myself. But when I meet someone that actually knows what the hell's going on, I sit there and talk to them cats. And sometimes, you know, guess what, bro? If I gotta pay M80, the Wu-Tang's A&R manager, $500 to talk to that man, I'm gonna pay that man and talk to him. So I wanna see what the hell he's talking about. And he's gonna give me some advice. I'm gonna record the convo so I can go back to it. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna give me some advice that's gonna let me know, like, you know what, this is what I'm doing wrong, or this is what I need to do, you know what I'm saying, to establish myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm not Wu-Tang, even though Band of the Hawk is emulated from Wu-Tang. So we wanted to have a crew. All these solo artist things, that ain't about us. We wanted to be together. We wanted to understand that the black unity is more important than anything, especially when it comes to the culture. The only black culture in America is hip-hop, guys. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to do that. But Band of the Hawk is its own thing. You know, Band of the Hawk was, you know, Wu-Tang was started from Kung Fu movies. Band of the Hawk was from anime cartoons. You know, Berserk or whatever, real bloody shit, you know what I mean? So taking that and understanding how we different blacks, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we smoke the blunts, we do all that, we do all the things that, you know what I'm saying, most niggas do around in Houston, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I mean, there's different things that we don't do. You know what I mean? And so it's about us establishing and defining what kind of artists and men we are, and women, you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that if we put out if any woman artist that come out of Band of the Hawk, they ain't gonna be like no woman you've ever listened to, because I don't want that. Like if she's like Meg and all them, and shout out to Meg, you know what I'm saying, Houston in the house, you know what I'm saying? If she's like Meg and Cardi and all them, she needs to go to another label. I can't do nothing for her, because the brand that I'm bringing out is a brand about intelligence and self-love. You know what I'm saying? Not about the ignorant shit, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that they ignorant, but I will say that they music breeds ignorant behavior. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I want everything that I come out to be where your mom can look at that shit and be like, yo, it's still dope, it's still street. You know what I'm saying? It's still, I'll smack you in the fucking face, you'll never come at me without a gun. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't have to fucking put out this fucking bravado like that. Like, you know me just from seeing me in the fucking hood and shit, man, at the end of the day. But I want you, when you hear the music, I want you to pick up a book. I want you to look up some stocks or something. You know what I'm saying? That's what my music's about. Now, the shit you want to listen to, I get it, man. Y'all want to dance, y'all want to have fun, that's perfect. There's plenty of music out there for that. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with edutainment. where I can educate you and entertain you as well, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you gotta figure out, once again, what kind of artist are you gonna be? You just gonna be about the party shit, well then party. But guess what? You got a lot of motherfuckers behind you trying to, there's so many, so you know, there's what, 43,000 songs uploaded to Spotify every day.
Like that. Yeah.
43,000 songs. Out of those 43,000, how many of those do you think are about partying? How many of those? So we're talking about playlists. Let's talk about playlists in Spotify and all that. So if it's 43,000 songs a day on Spotify, right? You got the party playlist, you got the chill playlist, you got the underground hip hop playlist, you got the EDM playlist, the country playlist. If you out of the 43,000, let's say 21,000 are party songs. How you gonna distinguish yourself when you trying to get on Rap Radar and all that kind of stuff, man? You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes
do some outrageous shit, like shaking in the mall.
Which I don't condone it, but look, do what you gotta
like
do.
They were 2 weeks ago.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that shit works for a little bit, but then now that's who you are. And then you get mad when everybody's like, oh yeah, that bitch is this, and the third. Well, I'm not just that. That's what you said you were.
You got a target.
You present yourself like a hoe, niggas is gonna treat you like a hoe. You present yourself like a gangster, niggas gonna treat you like a gangster. You present yourself like a Christian preacher, niggas gonna think you a preacher. So when they see you in the strip club, they're like, hey yo, I thought you was a preacher nigga. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, nobody's one dimensional. But still, in this hip hop shit, they are. Sad enough. You know what I mean? You really can't. It's hard for you to really navigate on over two or three things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because your conversation is your invitation. So whatever type of conversation you got, you know, is what people gonna take you at face value. But Nip said something that I'm gonna give y'all a good piece of advice. He said you could either be, you know, at war with the world and at peace with yourself, or you could be at peace in the world and at war with yourself. I'd rather be at peace with myself and at war in the world.
Right, absolutely.
You know, the way that it's supposed to be. And the only way that you're gonna find peace within yourself is if you take the time to meditate, you take the time to educate yourself, take the time to really build value in you, and then the way that you love you is the way that you'll open up the door to introduce people, you know. And all honest in conversation, you know, when I met this guy, I wasn't ready to, you know, to even have any faith in people of color, because it was like, oh shit, like what do you really want? Are you trying to set me up? Because we're so not really used to the genuineness in mankind, you know, and people actually really wanting to build with you. And then we're at war with our own race and with our own culture, through this music, through our life, through the way that we're living, through our finances. Just because you got $100,000 doesn't make you better than the person that has $10 in their fucking pocket. You have to learn to find that balance, to learn how to take from the world what you need, but also when you're taking from the world, replacing it back with some resource that somebody else can use so that you're building that culture and community. The only reason why we have fear is because we're not taking the initiative to control the narrative and the light that we're walking through. And when you take the control of the initiative to control that narrative and the light that you're walking through, you'll find that a lot more things are possible. That's what happened with Krxm Radio. That's what happened with Band of the Hawk. And I'm collaborating to do the Spitboxx. You know, that's how I met this guy back here, DJ Mastermind, because it's like we're all into the point to where
we're trying to build.
We let our ego sleep in. Right. My ego ain't gonna do shit for me, but get me killed and maybe get me, you know, in a situation. But I still gotta be the person that my ego is saying that I am, and I'm not confident in not being confident. I'd rather be confident in who Jeff really is and the light that Jeff really wants to walk through. And through that, I lost a lot of people because it ain't no rules to this shit. It ain't no levels to how to be successful. Noah can tell you everything that you really need to know that worked for him and how he built Band of the Hawk. But that's where his confidence lies. So the sacrifices and things that he made, like when he said, just drop $500 on a consultation, that might work for his household. It may not work for your household. It doesn't mean that he's better than you. It means that he adjusted his finances in a way to know what his disposable income was that he can build into his dream, and you might not have. So
and that's not the only way it can be done. Just find another route if that ain't the route you can take. Go ahead, brother.
Right. But it's really about having that confidence to open up your mouth and to really say, and really analyzing your music. Deep down inside, you know when you make a good song, and deep down inside, you know when you don't make a good song, because it's who you ask. When you know it's a slammer, you play that shit for every fucking body. When you know that shit is like, You play it for the people like your girl who you been with for 30 years, your mama, and your little brother. And they are like, oh, it's the greatest song in the world and it makes you feel good. But in reality, deep down inside, you know, and that's why you don't submit it to certain things. That's why you don't hit it out to playlists, and that's why you don't play it in front of different people. And sometimes you be so unconfident that you don't even tell people you do music because you know you're not at that level. But it's because you're not studying your craft. Every day, how much time do you put into your craft to be who it is that you want to be? If you can't say 5 or something hours at least a week, where is that going to go? Even if 5 hours a week, that's 20 hours a fucking month. That's still not really a whole lot of time, but it's better than 5 minutes or 10 minutes here and just trying to pick it up, because you got to be Johnny on the spot with this shit. And that's one of the things that I had to learn. If you're not Johnny on the spot with it, you never know who you're going to meet. So you have to work it into your conversation. Any and everywhere I go, I find some kind of way to say that I'm a proud father, and I run a media agency that can help you develop and build content for social media, for TV, utilizing digital marketing. But it took me opening up to finally get to that point, to realize what my elevator pitch was, and to get it capitalized in my head so that I can deliver it like Johnny on the spot and not really be like all over the place. Because a lot of artists, what y'all do is y'all will shotgun somebody. Man, I got this song, I was just in the studio with this person, and somebody on the other side is like, damn, bro. So if you're doing all this shit, why the fuck are you talking to me?
Yeah, that's the same thing I always say. Like, man, what you need me for, bro?
Right.
And the thing is, they'll tell you they don't really need you. They just trying to see if they want you to fuck with them. It's like, all right, but I mean, I guess I'm fucking with you by talking to you. So I guess I did what you want me to do. Be good. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what you want. You don't even know where you want to go. You know what I'm saying? How can I help you? How can you help me? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause at the end of the day, I don't want to rock with nobody, man. Me personally, I've been burnt so many times in this industry, bro. You know what I'm saying? I only want to rock with motherfuckers that want to rock with me. Like if I see that you doing some real shit and you know how to. You know how to repost something like how I know how to repost something, then we can rock together. You know what I'm saying? If I know, okay, no doubt, you know how to take beats and make dope songs out of them, whatever. You know what? Let me put my stamp on it and put it on my website and all that stuff too. But if you just one of the little fuck niggas, man, we're just trying to get your own shit, trying to get what you can get so you can move on, I'm not rocking with you, man. And then, look, and I'm not saying you ain't gonna be fucking successful. Believe me, there's a lot of niggas like that are successful for a short time. You know what I'm saying? This is
spotlight to be in the right light.
Right. This is the industry, man. This shit is huge, bro. And that's another thing. You can talk shit about a lot of people, but that shit gets back because even though it's a big industry, it's a small world, yo. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, I'd rather build relationships so that way I can build this pyramid. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having to be on my own little island, hoping that somebody comes and fucking carries myself off to fucking on some castaway shit or something. You know what I mean? So once again, man, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about the positive shit in here, man. Like I said, if you don't like anything we saying, please don't fuck with us. I get it. Cause if you don't like anything I'm saying, I definitely don't want to fuck with you. And it's all good, man. And I don't wish no bad shit on you, man. Do your thing or whatever, big dog. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're really trying to build with others, like just think about if you know, think about your favorite group if they never broke up. Right? Or your favorite label that fell off because, you know, other cats started their own labels or whatever. Like, if niggas really got together and did everything together, regardless of the hate, the jealousy, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, man, where could we all go together?
Ja Rule and 50 Cent could have made a lot of money instead of
there wouldn't be talking about Jay and Nas right now because they could have ended up making it to where they replaced Biggie and Pac if they had got together and started doing it. But nah, the hate came through. 50 did the same exact thing that Ja did. You know what I'm saying? So he had to run his course as well.
But
and
Nas
here we are.
Jay-Z made up.
Yeah, real
they
shit.
Made up. You grow up and you realize you don't have to put somebody down to make a quick buck, you know, because some people take that shit seriously.
Right.
You know, and they're ready to kill you.
It is serious though, man. If you trying to take food out my children's mouth or something. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing you gotta think about, you know, at the end of the day. Instead of hating on a motherfucker.
But is it serious or is it just intensified because you're on drugs?
Both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once again, if you taking food out my kids' mouths by being on some hate shit and I'm on drugs, that is intensified.
Yeah.
It's both.
Yeah.
You know, now I will say, like, it probably wouldn't have been as bad, or maybe the hate would have never came if you weren't on drugs. And fucking fame is a drug.
Best beef was Cannabis and LL Cool J. LL Cool J killed.
That was the best one.
It's one of the best.
My favorite was still Jay and Nas.
He shot himself in the foot though with that line talking about eating ass.
Hey man,
he shot himself in the foot on that one.
Hey man, that's a whole nother story right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But what I liked about it was they left it in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
They
true,
left
true,
it in
true.
the studio. It wasn't no hating. It wasn't no looking over your shoulder. There wasn't no. Granted, you know, I don't know where Cannabis is now, but I know that he's not in the same lane.
They just dropped the 4. Shout out to Cannabis, Ross Cause, Corrupt, and Killer Priest, man. They just dropped the 4 Horsemen record that we've been waiting on for 25 years. Shout out M80, you know what I'm saying? He's going to put it out. Shout out Stop Beefing Radio and those cats out there. They're doing their thing in Indianapolis. But yeah, they just finally dropped. So Cannabis is doing his thing. I think it's the Notebook from his last battle where he had to pull the Notebook out, which is, you know, kind of fucked up. But got sold, I think, or raffled off by M80.
But it's all in how you handle it.
Yeah,
Traction,
you know what I'm saying? He's still doing his thing. I mean, hell, he's still doing more than what a lot of niggas I know. So hey, you know what I mean? But he built that shit up. You know what I mean?
Naughty by Nature didn't like each other. And they said they didn't like each other, but they still got on that motherfucking stage and performed. Toto didn't like each other, but they still got up on that stage and they did the best of that one.
Twist, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey man,
So
I mean,
it's all about your priorities. What's the bigger picture? You know, are you focused on the immediate picture? Because everybody not gonna like you. You're gonna fucking fall out. Salt and Pepper fell out. You know, as we saw in the movie, you're gonna fall out. That's just life. Because sometimes people are at different levels, or they
and
do
we're growing differently.
growing.
Absolutely. We're going,
That
we're
doesn't
going this
mean
way,
that
you're
you
going
have
that
to
way. But that doesn't mean that we're not gonna
hate
bounce
each
off the
other.
wall and come back. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's why you don't burn no bridges. You know what I mean? That's my biggest lesson I've ever learned, especially in the industry and in life, man. Don't burn no bridges. You know what I'm saying? You can always just back away from somebody, but you ain't got to tell them, yo, I'm never gonna fuck with you, fuck your mom and dad, all that shit, and make it to where if you ever do gotta fuck with them again, there's a lot of fucking dick sucking you're gonna have to do. I ain't trying to suck no dick, so yeah, don't burn no bridges, bro. You know what I'm saying? Real shit.
I'd rather get mine sucked by a woman.
Yeah,
Let me be clear.
Nothing wrong with it. Yo,
Nothing wrong. Yeah,
I think
nothing wrong
it's
with
July
that.
now, but peace to the LGBTQ plus and all
Nothing
that
wrong
too.
with
You know what I'm
that
saying? Nothing
community.
wrong with that. You know what I mean? That you're
But
doing.
we all like what we like.
Couldn't be me though.
Yeah, we keep it real over here, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's all love though, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all love, man. So at the end of the day, if y'all learn something today, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout us out, man. Hit us up on the DM or comment when we post the little clips on IG and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm Bandofthehawk _ on IG and Twitter. BandofthehawkTV on YouTube, and then of course you go to Bandofthehawk.com and leave a message on the blogs. You know what I'm saying? But let us know what you want to talk about, what you want to expound on, what you need to learn. If you got some music, where they got to get you at, man?
Man, you can follow us at Krxm Radio on Instagram. You can also visit us online at www.krxmradio.com. And if you like me, you want to follow me on Instagram at Senior5150. Man, but thank y'all for tuning in to the Spitboxx. It's really a good, you know, healing to get some shit off your chest. But hopefully it sparks the conversation for you to realize how you can be a better you. Because that's the only person that you should be competing with every single day is you yesterday and the new you that you want to continuously want to be. And it doesn't take anything but just a little bit of time to set short-term goals and your long-term goals. What I mean by that, you say, I want to be rich. Well, you got to set a short-term goal. I'm going to save $500 this week. And eventually it magnifies into that long-term goal. And I think that that's what we as people do. You know, we're not taught how to be leaders, how to be managers, how to manage money. All of it is on the job training a lot. Or when somebody is trying to teach you, it's not in a way that you can diligently process it. So it's like you just kind of blow it off. But setting the short-term goals keeps you focused on that ultimate bigger picture. And if you need some help, you know, maybe one of these episodes we can create a vision board. No, I got to quarterback that play though, because I suck at making vision board.
Look, man. At the end of the day, also like I said, you need help with your streams, your promotion tactics, your videos, getting your audio better, all that stuff. You hit us up. You know what I'm saying? We got all that for you and shit like that too, man. We'll work with you and let you know realistically what we can do for you. At the end of the day, some of y'all ready and some of y'all ain't. And don't get your feelings hurt, man. It ain't nothing like we ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, your shit's trash. But we'll tell you like, yo, man, this ain't up to par. And I can't fix a 2-track. You know what I mean? But if we want to go back into the studio and remix and do that, we can do that. But it's, you know, it's gonna cost some money. I mean, I don't work for free, but I definitely don't overgouge niggas, especially brothers. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you one of them stupid niggas, man, that I feel like is really a waste, I'm gonna hit you over the head with this shit. So understand, if I charge you out the ass, you ever come to me, that means I really don't like you. But I'm telling you right now. But whenever I'm like, hey yo, let me, you know, or you need some help, let me hook you up, this, that, and the third, that means that I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I'm gonna get my dough, man. I'm gonna get my bag, man. But I don't mean that I gotta like you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely not getting in the studio with you. I'm definitely not putting you on none of my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big red flag for you right there. You know what I'm saying? But Bandofthehawk.com, Make sure y'all go there with the shirts and all that, the t-shirts. We got the new vinyls coming out and all of that. And go get the Blow Up app. The Blow Up app's free on iOS and Android. You can get beats on there, listen to all the joints, the videos or whatever. Look at the videos, see the quality we already do. So see if we want to rock with us, we can do our thing. Plus, hit up for my man Thruvo for the if y'all want to get on the show. If y'all got some real joints that we think is dope, we want everybody to know, get on the show. We can talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let us know the topics, all that. Mastermind, what you got, man?
Yo, y'all done said it all. DJ Mastermind. You can find me on Bow Up. You can go through Krxm. You can or go to IG DJ_Bow Up. That's BOHUP. And like I said, if you trying to get in rotation and you believe in yourself and you taking this seriously, fuck with me. Like they say, I don't have a problem with not beating you over the head and just getting just a little bit that it's gonna take for me to play your music. You know, we ain't gotta get rich right now. That'll come in the long run. Right now, let's get this together. Let's get this networking, increase this network, and then from there we can worry about jet skis and throwing money around and all that kind of stuff.
I already got that shit, so I ain't worried about that shit.
You gotta have a good attitude if you want to work with me, though.
Yo,
your music can be cool, your music can be great, but if you ain't got no attitude and no coachable attitude, we ain't never gonna work.
That PMA.
I'm not passive aggressive. I'm aggressive with this music thing, and it's like I want to be able to. If somebody says, "Well, who are you working with?" I want to be able to share that music with them, and then if it opens up the door for you to want to do something with them, then these people, you gotta be, you gotta be right. You can't be like on no funny stuff or whatever. It ain't about the money. I can go sell a bag and make my own money. It's more so about you having the right attitude and wanting to build and actually be able to do the work. And if you can't sacrifice like getting up at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning after you only on 20 minutes of sleep, then you ain't got no hustle. And that's what it is.
There we go, brother. Yo, man, shout out Houston, man. So to my 2 favorite cities, shout out Houston. Peace to the Rockets and all them. I ain't gonna say nothing about the Texans, though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out New York, you know what I'm saying? The Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Everybody saying the Nets, but the Knicks is New York, big dog, you know what I'm saying? So shout out my 2 favorite cities. Shout out Texas, you know what I mean? My man's from Compton, so shout out LA and Compton and all that, my man. My man from all around the world, man. He from Alaska and all kinds of shit, you know what I'm saying? He's a military brat.
Alaska, A-Town.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, man, y'all hit us up. We'll see y'all next week, man. Make sure y'all follow us on all the social media and everything like that, man. If y'all got anything, hit us up. Peace and blessings to y'all, man. This is the Spitboxx, you know what I'm saying? By Band of the Hawk, Underground Pyramid Crew, Bow Up, Krxm Radio.
Krxm Radio. Thank y'all for tapping in.
Peace out.